today's game, you guys were able to find a better balance between what was working in the paint and the outside game. Today's 13 three-pointers was the fewest attempted by this team in about 5 years. So what can you say about the balance? Was that a goal going in, or was that something that worked itself out throughout the game?
I think it's just understanding like we're not a one-dimensional team. We shoot the ball really well, but they were taking that away and flying out at shooters, and we were able to get in the paint and take really high-level shots. And so understanding that we have so many weapons in terms of if teams are going to try and make something difficult, we have other options to go to, and we weren't just going to come out and start jacking threes because that's what we've done in the past, and we're not chasing stats in that aspect. I think you're able to see how I was able to get down in the paint, Stewie was able to get down, JJ was able to establish herself, and then in the end we still hit some big shots when we needed them. So I think that's just the evolution of this team. It's just not being one-dimensional and knowing we're going to go in every single day and do the same thing, but be able to read what defenses are giving us and attack in different ways.
Alexa?
I know defense has been a big focus for you guys all season, but how would you rate how that unit did today, especially down the stretch when you guys were able to get some big stops?
I think we did really well defensively. I think there was obviously lapses and there's moments where Connecticut is going to score, but really just being on a string with one another, making sure that our help side was there all the time and really rebounding as much as possible.
We talked about it before the game, didn't we? We said that's an area we got to get better at. We're pretty good in the fourth quarter. We have been in the past. Last game was a bit of a little bit weird game for us, but this is a tough team. These are normal games for us, aren't they? They're just grimy, not a real high-scoring game, but we found a way to win, and we got stops when we needed it, and, obviously Sabrina made a really massive shot down the block. And a block. Did she get that on the thing?
Yeah. If they didn't, I would have been sad.
Block. Sure, you got 3. You did good too.
Yeah, it's normal.
Sandy, in the preview we talked about, how your team has kind of bought into what you want to do, into the game plans and stuff. When the game got closer at the end, how did you see kind of that buy-in come through?
Yeah, look, this is a team that continues to get more connected every single day. I think all these experiences that we go through, in the end, all positive. Even when we lose, we learn from it, because it's, chemistry is important for us. You have to make sure you go out there, look at the next person that that you can trust them, that we're going to execute to the best of our ability. We had B out of the game early, so next person up, and I thought we did a good job.
Yeah.
Hey Sabrina, first of all, nice scratch there on the arm. I wanted to talk about the block and the shots at the end. You worked on those floaters, and then obviously the defense in the offseason. Just what does it say to you as a player, just to see that come to fruition in a big game like this today?
Yeah, I had missed 2 floaters right before that. That could have put the game away as well. And I think it was just my teammates picking me up, understanding that we were going to have another opportunity, and just trusting myself out there and what I'm able to do for this team, knowing obviously scoring, but also coming up big, defensively when we need it, and understanding what our scheme was there at the end, and not wanting to go into overtime. So I think, overall, obviously just wanting to continue to get better as a player, and when you have great players around you that hold you to that standard, that's the level that I come with every single day.
Breanna, expectations are high being the reigning MVP. Can you talk about your first half of the season, where you are heading in, with a couple more games to the break, and where your team is right now?
I think starting with the team, I think that we're in a great place. We're in a place where we're playing high-level basketball, but we know that we haven't played our best. We haven't peaked, and we also don't want to peak too soon, and we just want to continue to learn and grow. I think for myself, just sometimes the shot isn't falling, but continuing to be aggressive and understanding how I can continue to help this team be the best we can be, and making sure that we finish the next 3 games on a high, go into the Olympic break, and then kind of block back in for part 2 of the season.
Sandy, do you think she's being tough on herself? What have you seen from her through these?
That's what great players are, aren't they? They're just always tough. They hold themselves to a high standard. She always does. Look, I think she's been really good. We're 18-4. We're not 18 before without Stewie being Stewie. Yes, we talked about a shot. She's a great shooter. That's always, some games are going to go in, but it's everything else. You got 14 rebounds here. Her ability to get everyone else open too, and it's just her presence out on the court, because she does demand so much attention out there.
We'll go to Zoom, starting with Holly.
Hey, Sabrina, I wanted to ask you about your physicality. I just feel like you're more the hammer than the nail this year. I wonder, is that something you worked on in the offseason, or is that an intentional change, or how you see it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just getting like stronger, faster has helped. But, understanding that I could use my strength and also just like my height to be able to get down into the paint, use my body and, elevate over defenders. Obviously the best guard defenders usually guarding me every single night, and just continuing to find ways to, use my speed, use my strength to my advantage to continue to just create angles and passing angles for my teammates, and also just driving angles and knowing that I can collapse defenses and continue to find the open man.
And then one for Stewie. I felt like your defense today was game-changing with the blocks. How are you so good without not just your wingspan, but timing the blocks, and how important was that for you today?
Yeah, I mean, I think just knowing personnel, what the other player's trying to do, being in help side, and doing whatever I can, whether I can block it or not, to make it a really tough shot.
Miles?
Hey, Breanna, I wanted to follow up with Holly's question there, because all three of your blocks came in the final 2 minutes of this game against DB on a layup, Ijay, push and transition, and then another one on helping on a Dewana shot. So with the team clinging to a 1-point lead, how, as a help defender late in the game, do you maybe change your approach, knowing that there's another level of aggression to take?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the one in transition, knowing that it was literally one-on-one, she just did a right-handed layup plays before, and knew that she was going to attack downhill and being ready for that. And then on DB, knowing that she has a series of shot fakes, like she's the one who's going to shoot the ball at the end, and making sure to cat and mouse. And once I see her going into her shot, just going to get it.
Lucas?
Hey, sorry, go ahead.
Lucas?
Thanks. My question is also for Breanna. Kind of going off that, as a help defender against this team, they play two bigs, you kind of have spots to help off of. How do you feel like you and JJ were able to contest a lot of shots while cleaning up their second chance points? It felt like they got 7 offensive boards, but they certainly didn't dominate, I guess, that area.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, just really being in help defense, making sure that, whether it's off of a stagger or off of a pass, or, we're just weak side, we're being there, and the guard that's coming off the screen really sees us. And sometimes it puts us a little bit out of rotation for offensive rebounds, but I think overall we did a pretty good job.
Jackie?
Thank you.
Jackie?
Congrats.
I know.
Andy, for you, Courtney reached double figures. This was, I think, the first time since she's been back. You talked about her stepping up since he wasn't available for pregame. I'm just curious how you thought she impacted this game.
Oh, I thought she had a great game. It looked like Sluty, that's what I said. Sluty's back, and you knew it was going to just get some rhythm, take a few games to get the feel for it, get her legs back under her. She made some really big plays for us. I thought defensively she was really solid, and she kind of controlled the game for us. So happy for her.
And Stewie, you all held AT to just 3 points. How exactly would you say the team stepped up when it came to not only limiting her points, but her touches as well?
Yeah, just understanding the spots, like where she wants to get to. If I am helping, I know that my teammates are having my back with AT, and I think our pressure on the ball, that's something that we really wanted to come in and make sure that they're not able to pass it to anyone that they want, and we're going to make things a little bit difficult.
Thank you.
Brian?
Hi everybody. First Andy, was that B today? Leo started and she tied the season high with 5 assists. How did you think the trio of Leo, KB, and KT were able to sort of fill in for B's absence today?
Yeah, look, I thought they all did. They played their role brilliantly. I know Leia missed some shots, easy ones that she usually makes, but I love that she just got there. She made some really good assists. She played great defense on their best player. just really active. And I think KT came in and she made some really good plays. I love that little Euro step she gave us and big plays when we needed to, and the physicality that she brings. And I think Kennedy keeps getting better and better, so that's great. We always talk about it's having the right cast around your starters, and they certainly were big for us today.
Thank you. And for Sabrina, deep in the fourth quarter, it felt like the level of execution picked up as Connecticut kept their pressure. How do you think the team was able to sort of come together and withstand that late run from the Sun League?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a testament to just our commitment. They went on runs, we went on runs, and we really stayed poised, and I think that's a huge part, as to why we won, is just while they were going on their runs, we just continued to stick with it, understanding what was working for us, getting the ball in the right people's hands, and making big plays. And so, I think we were able to really see that execution late in the game, understanding where it is we wanted to continue to attack and get to the free throw line. And, JJ and Stewie did a great job of that late.
We'll take one from George.
George Boy from the Just Say Boy Sports Podcast. My question is for Sabrina and Breanna. 11 a.m. game on a Wednesday, packed house. What was it like to play in a game like that? And just what does it say about the league and the direction it's going in terms of fans?
I mean, hopefully there won't be too many more 11 a.m. games. It's a little early. My family back at home had to get up early to watch. But, I think it was great, obviously, great opportunity for it to be Kids Day, a lot of kids, a lot of screaming. But we weren't going to use that as an excuse to come in here and kind of walk through the motions, understanding we had to come out and play the best team in the league no matter what the time was. And we came out and we did our job at 11 a.m. and now we're going to get back to New York for a game tomorrow.
Great. We'll take two more in the room, Alexa and Jack.
Sandy, the team is 13-0 and leading at the half this season, which makes you guys the only unbeaten team leading at the half.
Oh, really? See, I love these stats, Alexa. Thank you.
ESPN stats and information. What do you feel like makes this team so good in this situation?
Yeah, look, I think I've got pretty good players, haven't I? And they just keep getting better and better, and that certainly helps. But I think the chemistry and, like I said, buying into how we want to play at both ends of the floor and holding themselves accountable and each other, I think that makes it really special. And they're just great, great people. They want to play in the right way. We know how we want to play. We've got, a big three and our supporting staff, but I think they all buy into doing that role to the best of our ability. And we're still a long way to go. We know, as Stewie said, we can still continue to get better and better, and that's encouraging.
Jeff. Hi, Sabrina, one more from me, please. I wanted to ask, on Saturday, you said we played Liberty basketball, just didn't go our way on Saturday. So, in your mind, how would you define Liberty basketball? Do you think you guys played that way today, and do you think you have lived up to that definition through the first half of this season?
Yeah, I think playing 40 minutes of tough, gritty basketball is really kind of what we hang our hat on both sides of the floor, making sure we're playing in the right way. I think that last game was a little uncharacteristic in terms of just like things felt a little clunky. Offensively, defensively, we weren't as locked in as we should have been. But this game, you can kind of tell that we stayed on a string. When things didn't go our way, we continued to just grind it out and find ways to win and continue to just try and use all of our strengths to our advantages and have a great outside-inside game. And so I think we were able to do that today. And like Coach said, like we're still continuing to get better every single game, and to be able to come in here and grind this out against the best team in the league is huge for us leading into the break.
Appreciate your comments, like Crescent.
Thanks
guys.
Everyone.
Thank you.